Hey, what up,
My
y'all?
death sound has always been there. All right. Well, I think that's enough for Sprout Valley. So let's go ahead and jump to the next earliest build that I have. So here we have a build from 2013. I've probably been working on Stardew for maybe a little over a year at this point. And it's radically different from that previous build that I showed you. We're actually starting to see some things that look like Stardew Valley here. And I think at this point I was calling it Stardew Valley. However, things are kind of odd. The way the farmer looks is weird. The way he's running around is kind of weird. The colors are now more saturated, which is true to form, but yet that exact shade of Stardew Valley yellow dirt hasn't quite been established yet. But yeah, this version of Stardew Valley was basically more of like a sandbox idea. In this iteration, this was like the weirdest time for the game. I feel like it's like the Stardew Valley hit puberty here. But so you would like actually buy animals and buildings from your in-game menu rather than go to Robin. And there was that farm map you just saw. Like that was pretty cool, actually, that farm map. Now you guys are going to be mad at me that that's not in Stardew Valley anymore. But yeah, it was a little bit more of a simulation concept, I guess, than an RPG. Yeah, so back then I had item of the day and crop of the week. But I got rid of that because there's this fundamental problem where you can store things in chests in Stardew Valley. So this creates this incentive to just never ship anything until the crop is crop of the week or the item is item of the day. And I just don't think that's very fun. You don't ever want to incentivize things that aren't fun. That's Game Dev 101. All right, you can see here it's starting to look like Pierre's. Starting to look like that old familiar shop. But anyway, maybe let's jump ahead a little bit and check out what the mines are looking like in 2013. So this was the era of the procedurally generated mines. My idea was I wanted the mines to be like Terraria, but, you know, top down instead of side scrolling. And it was you had these big procedurally generated levels and you mined into the walls and uncovered ores and secrets within the walls, which I think was a cool idea, but for some reason I was just never able to really make it compelling, and it was very bug prone, which it just ended up being too complicated. I think it was maybe just beyond my ability. I don't know. Or maybe another way to think about it was just that it was too ambitious of a concept for the scope of this game. This should have been an entire game on its own. And, you know, if you've played Core Keeper, that's pretty much what Core Keeper is, which is a cool game, by the way. But yeah, when I saw Core Keeper, I was like, hey, someone finally did it. So, cool idea, but I had to make the hard decision to scrap all of it. And I spent a long time working on this, too. But I made the decision to scrap all of it, and let's see, there's a bug right there. Do a simpler approach, which is the mines that are in Stardew Valley today, where it's not procedurally generated. There's some randomness, but the levels are all designed by hand. Here we have a goblin village, an underground goblin village. All this content completely scrapped from the game. I mean, I don't regret it. Just because something sounds cool, just because the idea is cool, doesn't mean that it's going to be fun or it's going to be the right idea in practice. Oh, and by the way, underground goblin villages are not canon, all right? Anything you see here from previous builds is not considered to be canonical Stardew Valley. All right, let's move on to yet another more recent version. So this one's from sometime in 2014. This was the title screen at that time. I mean, it's kind of glitching out, but it had these weird buttons on the side. And then when you loaded the game, there was this loading screen, which was kind of reminiscent of like The Sims. But I mean, it doesn't look too much different than the last build, but you start to see some more Stardew Valley things come into place, like the what we call the daytime money box in the upper right is there. Willie's shop is basically looking like it always does. We now have the community center in the game, and it looks essentially exactly the same as it does now. I'm not sure why there's this ugly yellow color, this ugly yellow filter over the entire screen. You'll notice Clint was a little less doughy back then. And Joe Jamart was not yet in town. Hat Mouse wasn't a thing yet. And the inside of the farmhouse was like very static. I don't even think you could move any of the furniture, which allowed me to have the pixel art look kind of nice with some shading and stuff. But I mean, I think it's important that you can decorate your house. People love that. So this is from August 2015, which is only about a half year from launch. But still, there are a ton of things that are like not finished yet. So this shows just how much Stardew Valley kind of came together at the last moment. The farmhouse still has this weird protuberance. Protuberance, is that a word? This weird thing, this nose sticking out right next to the door. I don't know what I was thinking there. But obviously I got rid of that at some point. The mailbox is still on the left, so that must have changed that. You know, it's like I did a ton of work in the last like 6 months. I think I was just at the point where I knew it was so close. I needed to finish the game. The finish line was so close, and that's what gave me the drive and the motivation to make all these little changes in the last 6 months to prepare the game for release. I think one of the most notable things was just that the farmer still had this weird, goofy look. This is not what the farmer looks like in Stardew Valley, so that was like a last-minute change, which I'm really glad about because I don't really like the way this looks. Looks kind of stiff, kind of like a Pinocchio or something. Yep, there's the old classic Stardew Valley mines. So that's pretty much the last convenient footage that I have from before launch. I do want to give a shout out to my 2 beta testers, Bexy and Siri, who helped me find a ton of bugs in the game. Here's a screenshot from Bexy's farm. This is one of the first ever Stardew Valley farms. Looks pretty good. Thank you guys so much. So here we are, February 26th, 2016. The culmination of 4.5 years of work, the launch of Stardew Valley. A lot was riding on this because if it flopped, I would have been 4.5 years behind my peers with no money, no job experience. Would have been pretty depressing. I stayed up all night the night before because I found a bug and I had to fix it because the game was set to launch the next morning. So that was highly stressful. On the first day of launch, Stardew sold just under 40,000 copies, which was already beyond my wildest dreams. After that first day, I knew that this was going to be a big deal. I knew that I could be a game developer from now on. It was really happening. Of course, I didn't really have time to think about that too much because there were immediately bugs being found in the game. And I spent the next... I think I released a patch every single day for the next 4 days after launch. Pretty big patches, too. But see, back then, the game was a lot simpler. There wasn't different languages. There wasn't multiplayer. It was just me working on it. So I could crank out it was only on Steam. I didn't have to make a console build. I didn't have to make a mobile build. So I could crank out updates at an extremely fast pace. I spent the rest of that spring fixing every bug that people found and trying to add meaningful improvements to the game with each patch. I was releasing patches pretty rapidly. Some notable examples were Grandpa's Shrine and his evaluation. When the game first came out, Grandpa was extremely harsh, and he was almost a little bit rude. You know, if you didn't do a good job, he would say, "Man, I should have bequeathed the farm to my other grandkid." And there was no way to reevaluate. If you didn't get, the 4 spirit candles the first time, forget about it. So I softened that, and I also added in the way that you can, have them come back and reevaluate. Here's another example. On March 20th, I added unique dialogues for all the spouses. So I don't remember this, but apparently before then, every single spouse had identical dialogue, and people still complain about this, but there's been a ton of work on the spouses over the years. And it just goes to show that, even though Stardew Valley was launched, in my mind, it was not its ultimate form. That's why I kept making updates. That's why essentially, as soon as these bug fix patches were out of the way, I immediately started working on the 1.1 update, which is the first major content update. So I'll just briefly go over the updates. If you want to see everything that's been added to Stardew Valley, I recommend going to the version history page on the Stardew Valley wiki. But yeah, the 1.1 update added 4 new farm types and kind of established the tradition of every update adding new farm types to the game. And notably, it added Shane and Emily as marriage candidates, which you, the community, voted on a poll that I put on Twitter. 1.2 just added new languages to the game. It wasn't really a content update. I hadn't yet established the tradition of 1.x updates always being major content updates. So then we had the 1.3 update, which most importantly added multiplayer to the game, fulfilling the promise I had made to the players before Stardew Valley even came out. 1.3 also added the winter night market and a few other things. One thing about 1.3 is the multiplayer was actually developed, not by me. It was put in by a guy named Tom Coxon, who went on to create a game called Cassette Beasts. You should check it out. Thanks, Tom. But yeah, it started this new era where I was open to getting help on the actual development of Stardew Valley, which allowed for bigger, more ambitious updates. So then there was the 1.4 update, which added the movie theater, fish ponds, 14 art events to all the spouses, and many other great things to the game. Then we had the 1.5 update, which added a huge endgame location, Ginger Island, the Quee quests, and this idea of perfection, the volcano, which allowed you to enchant your weapons and tools, and many other great things. Then there was the 1.6 update, the most recent update, kind of a return to the valley after 1.5's Ginger Island. 1.6 added some new systems, some endgame content. It kind of filled in some gaps that I feel like were present in the game. And it added some old ideas that I've had for a long time, like Green Rain. So those were all the major updates to Stardew Valley in a nutshell. Of course, there were some intermediary updates in between all of those major ones, which sometimes added some important things to the game, but those were the major updates. Now, what's next? Well, as I've already announced, there is a 1.7 update in the works, but I don't want to reveal too much about what's in the update yet. Although I did announce that there would be 2 new marriage candidates, and I'm going to reveal those soon. I know you guys are probably bored out of your minds by this, and you're just waiting for me to get to the unveiling of the marriage candidates, right? But I just have one more thing to say. I have in my hands an envelope with the names of the 2 new marriage candidates that will be added in 1.7. But before I open that up and reveal the names to you, I just wanted to say thank you so much for supporting Stardew Valley over the past 10 years, for all the mods, the fan art, all the letters, and the comments you've made to me telling me how much Stardew Valley has meant to you. That's meant a lot to me too. And it's really given me a lot of purpose in life. So I'm grateful to you for making this a reality for me. Thank you so much. I also just want to thank everyone else who's been part of the Stardew Valley journey, from the other developers who have helped me out over the years, to the merchandise companies who have created all these cool Stardew Valley items, the people who have run the Stardew Valley concerts, Cole for helping me make the Stardew Valley board game, and so many other cool things that have come about over the past 10 years. So thank you so much to everyone. Now, let's get down to business. All right, here it is. 1.7 marriage candidates. There you go. Clint and Sandy. It's their turn. It's their time. All right. Well, thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye. Dream come true for me to.
If you don't know who he is, he's the creator of Stardew Valley, this smash hit farming game from 2016, which is still to this very day getting substantial updates. I got to talk with Eric about his hobbies outside of gaming, why he still comes back to work on Stardew Valley, and how it was making bosses for a change for his new upcoming game, Haunted Chocolatier. So strap in, get ready, and let's jump right into it.
So, I was curious. I know, like, when you grew up, you played a lot of Harvest Moon. I mean, that's why you made Stardew Valley. But what other games?
Which is like the mechanical engineering thing, and then you have this kind of like intuitive, like psychic, and it's a more creative. Like you have to let go, just accept that there's a mystery and a whimsy, and maybe that's an important part of being human that maybe needs to be explored a little bit more.
Eric Baroni, aka Concerned Ape, is responsible for what is arguably the most loved life/farm sims of all time, Stardew Valley. We had a chance to catch up with Baroni at GDC with an interview and ended up having an amazing conversation about all things Stardew Valley, the much anticipated Haunted Chocolatier, and what life and progress looks like as a solo developer. We discussed the love of Krobus the Shadow Monster, the disdain for Pierre on the internet, the idea of intuitive chocolate making in Haunted Chocolatier, and much, much more. There are timestamps in the description if you want to head to something specific, but other than that, let's just jump in, and I hope you enjoy this conversation as much as we did. How has your relationship with Stardew changed over the years?
You know, when I first started, it was kind of just a pipe dream project. Something I didn't have huge ambitious ideas for it. I was like, I'm just going to make a little game. It's based on a kind of a game that I loved as a kid, Harvest Moon. I just want to, you know, create my own world that's similar to that. And, you know, at first it's very fun when you first start working on a new game. It's all fresh. You're seeing things come together really quick. Then you enter the kind of like grind of adding in all the content and polishing everything. And it can get a little bit not as fun when you're doing that. But it's like, you know, I started off kind of having no ambitions. My ambitions for the games like kind of grew over time as my skills improved, as the game started to come together. And I started to feel like, you know, maybe this could actually be something. I still didn't think it was going to be super popular. I thought it would be maybe a niche game for Harvest Moon lovers. And I even thought a lot of them would probably hate it because they'd be like, this isn't as good as my favorite Harvest Moon game, you know? But so then that slowly like ramped up. The game came out. You know, okay, here's another thing. When I was making the game, there was many times where I thought this game's awful. Like, it's not fun. Like, is this even, no one's going to like this, you know? But the truth is, I'm always very hard on myself. I'm like my own toughest critic in a huge way. But it's just that mindset, I think, helps me always struggle to do better. I always need to make the game better. I always need to improve my skills. And then the game came out, and quickly it was selling millions of copies, and it had, you know, 98% positive on Steam and all this stuff. And I mean, it's just like, it was surreal. For a long time, it was completely surreal, but I didn't have too much time to think about it because I had to fix bugs. I had more content updates that I wanted to do. It's like, okay, I have this huge audience now. I need to keep it going. I can't just like, I'm not going to just, you know, go live in the Bahamas or something. Like, I have serious work to do now. At this point now, almost 10 years after release, it's definitely simmered down a bit. I've gotten used to this new reality. It's at the end of the day, I'm still the same guy that just kind of sits on the computer almost all the time working. That's just what I like to do.
Are you easier on yourself now, or are you still your own harshest critic?
Maybe a little bit, because I do think my skills have like genuinely improved with 10 years of experience. I mean, I guess it's 10 plus 4.5, so it's almost 15 years of experience as a game developer. I do feel like my skills have improved, and I try to be objective about that. But I'm never gonna think I'm great. I've done it. I've achieved it. This is the end point. Like, no, I'm always thinking like I'm not that good and I could be way better at literally every aspect of game development. My strategy is to have extreme criticism of yourself, but then also 110% faith in yourself at the same time. It's like, that art, like countless hours. Like I've just learned things on my own. There was one time where I briefly looked at a little bit of pixel art theory, which was helpful. I learned a few things about, anti-aliasing and dithering and banding, these like certain pixel art concepts. That's the only time I ever looked up anything. After that, I just went back to my pixel art and I've just been making stuff. And it's just over time, you just get better. You start to develop a feel for it. And that's where you really know you've gotten pretty decent at something, is that you just have this like deep intuition. There's no thought about it really. It's just like, I look at pixel art and I'm like, okay, I need to change this pixel and that pixel. I don't even know why exactly. It's just a feeling.
Do you still go back to improve on areas in the game?
Yeah, it's not necessarily something I intend to do, but it always inevitably happens. And it's kind of a constant struggle. It's like I'm working on the new game, Haunted Chocolatier. It's been a few years that I've been working on it now, and it's like I look at some of the stuff I did at the beginning and I'm like, oh man, here we go again. I'm gonna have to redo all of this. And it's not like it's even bad. It's just like, I just feel like it's okay. It's part of the problem of being like, especially a solo dev, is like it takes so long to make a game. I'm literally a different person in 4 years. So it's like my whole feelings about everything have changed. Like my aesthetic sensibilities have evolved. Like maybe when I started, I was in a jewel tones phase. And then it's like now I'm like in I don't know, like some totally different, I'm pastel colors or something, it's like, not that that's just an example, but yeah, it's just, so it's hard to be coherent with yourself over this long period of time that it takes to make a game,
Is your approach more philosophical now after so much success?
I mean, I would say that maybe, my life situation has changed a bit. I don't think I'm like a luxury guy now. Like my lifestyle is unchanged from before Stardew Valley, for the most part. So I've always been like a kind of head in the clouds kind of guy. So I actually don't think that that's really like a new thing. It's really just Stardew Valley, even though while it is kind of a grounded game in a way, it is also very fantastical, and like there's a lot of weird stuff. There's talking raccoons, there's magic, there's dwarves, there's all this stuff. So it's like, yeah, I'm not like, and just like, yeah, I've always been someone who like, I'm very much interested in the imagination and imaginary worlds and fantasy and that sort of thing. But yes, it is true that, now that I don't have to work the theater job, the usher job, and my life is pretty free and open. I can kind of do whatever I want, whenever I want. It does allow more room for like thinking about stuff, I guess. Yeah, I guess so. But I try to always channel that into my work because I want to be productive. That's very important to me.
Have you seen the Baldur's Gate 3 Stardew mod?
I haven't tried it. I don't really try Stardew Valley mods, but I have seen like pictures of it, screenshots, and I read an article about it. But I think it's cool. I mean, I'm totally supportive of modding. And the recent Stardew Valley update 1.6 made it like so much easier to mod. Modders have like so much more power and control over any little thing. So I'm hoping that they
utilize those features to make this. I think another thing about Stardew is it's so like just accessible in terms of, I mean, you play this game and it does look kind of amateur in a way. And so it feels like, I could make a mod for this. This is like very simple. And it's true. It is pretty simple to mod, and it is like it's not a super high advanced technology type of game. It is a pretty simple game at its core. So I think it's a great way for people to like get into modding.
Why does everyone love Krobus the Shadow Monster?
That's a good question, I mean, he's just lovable. I don't know. I love him too. I think it's just maybe there's something about the fact that he's not like human, and he's just kind of like I don't know. He's just like a guy, It's just like there's certain things where like when someone's a human, there's certain like baggage that comes with that, where we're like, oh, this reminds me of this person that I know, or that person. When someone's like a kind of a blob shadow monster guy with a really nice personality, he's friendly too. I think that's another thing people like. It's like he's a monster, but he's actually just like a nice little guy, like he's a friendly guy.
Why do so many people hate Pierre?
I assumed people wouldn't like Pierre, but I didn't realize how the extent to which they would hate Pierre. Yeah. And I think I kind of advocate for Pierre a little bit. I think he's not as bad as some people think. I mean, he does, after all, well, I don't want to spoil it, but he plays a crucial role in the community center path, at the end of the game.
Community Center or Jojo Mart?
I mean, I'd have to say I lean community center. That's kind of, and that's one of the things I kind of regret about Stardew Valley is I feel like it's a little bit too on the nose with like Jojo are the bad guys and community center is the right way to do it. And it's like, I think if I made Stardew Valley again, I would try to be a little more nuanced. Like maybe there are some positives to Jojo, nothing is that black and white. Like in reality, there's usually nuance to everything, and that was something that I wanted to have with Stardew Valley, is like have nuance in things, but I kind of failed in that particular aspect, I would say.
What else would you have done differently in Stardew Valley?
I think I would have probably spent more time like fleshing out the characters more, like, and this is something I actually have mixed feelings about, because some of the character storylines, they're kind of like left as cliffhangers almost. Like there's no resolution to certain things, like Mayor Lewis and Marnie's like secret relationship, or like Linus, even his there's no I mean, I actually ended up adding in kind of a conclusion to the Linus arc, but then there's things like Clint, where it's like, I have ideas for how I could resolve these things, but part of me is almost like, I wonder if I should, because it kind of then does it, like it's closing the book in a way. I kind of like that it's open-ended. And it gives people the ability to kind of themselves like finish the story in their head, which makes Stardew Valley more like personal to every person, because there's a lot of room for your own interpretation on things.
How did you notice the left and right harvesting bug?
That was something that I think the community discovered, and then I was like, what? And like I actually tested it out, and it's like, what? I can't believe this. And how did no one tell me for like 8 years? It was like literally 8 years after the game came out that I learned about this. So I'm sure there's still more things in the game like that, but that was crazy. And then I looked in the code and it was like, yep, sure enough, like when I set up like the animations, I had just accidentally made the animations, I think, like slightly like longer when you're facing left to right. And it was like, it was just a mistake.
What's your opinion on fishing minigames?
I like fishing minigames, and I like Stardew's fishing minigame. I know it's controversial. A lot of people hate it, but I think it's fun. I think it could have been done better. My regret with the Stardew minigame is I think it starts out too hard. I think there should have been a better curve of like, it starts out easy, and then it gets a little harder, like, because you're catching more difficult fish. But like the way I did it, it's like you start out with this tiny little bar, and it's like, I should have started with the bar a little bit bigger, I think. And maybe then it's like gets slightly bigger. But like, yeah, but I still think the fishing game is like good overall. And I tried to mitigate some of it, because I know a lot of people really hate it. So I tried to mitigate it a little bit by adding the training rod, which a lot of people don't know about, but you can buy it for like 5 gold at Willie's shop. And it makes it so that the fishing is a lot easier, but you can only catch it below a certain like tier and quality of fish with it. It's good for training. You can level up, and then when you switch to the regular rod, your bar will be a lot bigger, you know? Stardew Valley's mini game, I think I've said this before in interviews, but it was actually inspired by, I was playing Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze. And there's like you're flying on the barrel, and it's like you press one button to go up, and then you release it and you go down. It's like the helicopter game, the old browser game. That's actually what I was like, these controls are fun. I like this one button. It's like one button, but there's a lot of depth to like a Donkey Kong level like this with just one button. And I was like, maybe I can turn that into a fishing mini game.
Do you have a cutoff point for Stardew?
It's at that place right now because the 1.6 update is pretty settled at this point. There was ongoing console ports and bugs, bug fixes and all that stuff, but it's pretty settled now. So I'm committed to like not working on Stardew Valley until I'm done with Haunted Chocolatier. Now, am I ever going to completely cut off Stardew Valley? I don't think so. I'm never going to say that. Because there's been times I said that in the past, and I always ended up making another update. So I don't think there's ever going to be like, it's done. It's maybe when I pass away, then you can say the book is closed. But
what's the plan for the Stardew Valley board game?
It's still in pretty high demand. We kind of switched from selling it directly to just kind of selling it to distributors who send it to like board game shops. Part of the reason is like selling it directly there is a lot of like hassle and overhead with that, like doing it yourself. And also like, I don't want to always be like bothering the fans being like, go buy this thing, like I feel like at some point you kind of burn through like people's, bandwidth to like support you or something. And it's like, the last thing I want is for someone to buy the board game to support me or to Stardew Valley. I want them to buy it because they genuinely want this item and they feel that the price is a fair exchange for the thing they want. Otherwise I genuinely do not want them to buy the game. It just makes me feel bad. But I appreciate it. It's nice that they want to do that. It's really nice and heartwarming, but please only get it if you really want it.
Have you played many recent farming or life sims?
I tried a couple. I tried Sunhaven. I tried Graveyard Keeper. I think that's pretty much all I've tried, to be honest. I messed around with some I feel like they're Stardew Valley inspired, but I did boot up Disney Dreamlight Valley because I was like, wait, it's called Dreamlight Valley? Like what's going on here? So I had to check it out. And it's more, I'd say it's more like Animal Crossing than Stardew. It's really great that Stardew, I can't take all the credit for this, but that Stardew seems to have inspired a lot more people to consider this kind of game, like a farming game, life sim kind of games, which, I love those kind of games growing up. Harvest Moon was my favorite. I played Rune Factory. I played The Sims. I did play a little bit of Animal Crossing, but I was more into Harvest Moon. That was my big one. But it's great to see a resurgence of that kind of game and see that, maybe Stardew inspired other developers to make games in this style. I think it's cool.
What have you been playing lately?
Well, recently I've been playing chess. So, it's a great game. It's one of the original games, which I think is, it's very deep, I think it's a really good game in terms of game design. It is unfortunate that AI has kind of broken it in a way, but I was kind of depressed about that for a bit, but now I'm over it and I feel who cares? I'm not interested in AI playing chess. I'm interested in humans playing chess. But I'm not a huge chess guy. It's always something that I've wanted to be decent at. So I've just been doing it lately. I've also been playing Warcraft 3 Reforged a little bit. I've actually been playing custom maps with my friend. We play random custom games, which it feels very old school. That's what I did in high school a lot with Warcraft 2 I played and Age of Empires, especially Age of Kings. I played a ton of Age of Kings as when I was in high school. And I would just go to my friend's house. We'd have LAN parties.
Where are you at with Haunted Chocolatier?
I'm still tweaking the vertical slice. There's still vertical slice work to be done. At the same time, I have been working on content, so it's a little bit of both. But yeah, the game is still, I'm still totally knee deep in development. It's going to be a while still, but you know, I'm trying not to rush myself too much. I'm trying to stay relaxed and stress free. The problem is I have Stardew Valley that I still have to worry about, and it always drags me away from, well, I don't want to say drags me, because I do love Stardew Valley and I care about the fans and I want the fans to have a great experience. So I'm always concerned with Stardew Valley and making sure that it's doing well, and that pulls me away from working, like devoting all my time to Haunted Chocolatier.
Yeah.
I think at some point I'm going to have to completely cut off everything else. And like, honestly, I've thought about maybe I should just go into like a cabin in the woods and completely get off the internet and just say, okay, guys, I'll see you in 2 years. Like you won't hear from me at all. And I'm going to finish this game.
Have your design interests changed during the development of Haunted Chocolatier?
My feelings have, like, you know, evolved with the game over time. It's like one thing lately that I've been kind of interested in is the intuition. And you might even almost say like a spiritual aspect, because I feel like intuition and like spirituality, they're like a different part. You have like the left brain, which is like the mechanical engineering thing, and then you have this kind of like intuitive, like psychic, paranormal side. And it's like, I feel like games are often very left brain focused. It's like, here's how, okay, here's your ingredients, now engineer the perfect chocolate. Instead, I'm thinking like, well, what if you like do intuitive chocolate making? You know, what if it's not such a mechanical process and it's a more creative, like you have to let go of your desire to engineer the perfect chocolate. And maybe just accept that there's a mystery and a whimsy, and maybe that's an important part of being human that maybe needs to be explored a little bit more. Or that I don't even know if it needs to be. It's just something that I'm interested in doing right now. You're making the chocolate, and that's one step, but then it's like, okay, what am I going to do with this chocolate? And it's like, you can just eat it plain, that's fine, but you might also want to make elaborate truffles, or you might want to, in my game, you might make ghost chocolates, you know, you might make paranormal chocolates. So it's like, it's taking that idea. It's like this Stardew Valley, it was a very like grounded game. It's about, you know, you're growing things in the earth. These are the basics, like the fundamentals of human sustenance and existence, which is very important and something that I do care about deeply. But with Haunted Chocolatier, I wanted to explore like the more, it's like, what next? You know, it's like we have our basic needs met with Stardew Valley. Well, now let's take it beyond into the realm of the ethereal and the creative, and like, you might even say luxury, or like things that are kind of beyond just the very basics. So yeah, I just think it's another realm of the human experience, which I'm interested in exploring.
What chocolate do you like?
I tend to go dark chocolate. I mean, I'm not like a huge chocolate guy. I like chocolate, but it's I tend to go dark chocolate, yeah. And dark chocolate I think is healthy too, in moderation.
Yeah.
So I worry about that with Haunted Chocolatier. I'm like, am I gonna like ruin the teeth of a whole generation with this? Like, I need to. So I'm like, I'm trying to think about that. You know, I'm thinking about doing it so you can only eat like 2 chocolates per day. Like, it fills up your stomach, and then have the system work around that. And
I mean, you could build a toothbrushing mini game.
yeah, yeah, maybe there needs to be a dentist in town or something. But like, yeah, and I want to have like healthy chocolates too, like superfood, ashwagandha, maca root chocolate, you know, special stuff.
What's been exciting and different while designing Haunted Chocolatier?
Yeah, well, I will just say generally that it is a life sim game, and it is similar to Stardew Valley in many ways. So I think people are correct in assuming that, and that's fine. It's the kind of game I want to make. It's what I like making. But I'm really interested in with Haunted Chocolatier to really crank up the imagination and the creativity. I want to go all out with doing just kind of weird, interesting things. I love giving people memorable experiences. You know, like even in Stardew Valley, there's brief touches upon this with like, you know, you drink the green liquid in the wizard's cauldron, and then the trees, like you start getting the trees waving and also, well, it's like, I want to like do stuff like that, but like way more interesting, you know? And I just want to, yeah, I think with this idea of like there's ghosts and you're in a haunted magical castle, there's so much room for interesting, compelling, imaginative characters and situations and music and just atmosphere. So I really want to create interesting, like mysterious atmospheres in this game. It's like Stardew Valley is very kind of like, I view it as like sunny and bright and lush, and Haunted Chocolatier is more dark and mysterious, not like evil dark, but just kind of like, mysterious dark and a little bit paranormal, things that you're not sure what this is all about, but it's exciting your imagination.
I was like in a trance watching that. Not gonna lie.
Hey, what's up, y'all? So before the interview, I have a real quick announcement. I'm doing a giveaway of 2 Steam copies of Stardew Valley for anyone who doesn't own it in 2024 for whatever reason. And all you have to do to enter it is to just tell me your favorite musical anything, whether it's your favorite musical performance, favorite song, favorite DJ mix, anything really goes. I'll add all of them to a playlist and I'll share them with you on November 27th, which will be the cutoff for the giveaway. Also, if you're new here, I make video essays on storytelling and musical production in video games, so if
series. How are you guys doing?
Really good.
Of both of your games. You guys just sat down and played each other's games. Eric, you played Birthday's The Beginning, Wada's new game, and Wada, you played Stardew Valley for the first time.
Yes.
How was that?
It was surreal, but really awesome.
Yeah, I imagine, because you're a fan, right?
Oh yeah.
I saw Wada signing your SNES cartridge earlier of the original Harvest Moon. This must be a bit overwhelming.
It is. Yeah. It's very strange, but I mean, it's a great honor, and it's just I never imagined that I would be meeting the man who created Harvest Moon in person.
でもそれはエリックさんが素晴らしいゲームをスタデューバレーっていうものを作ってそのね世界中のみんなに愛されたから生まれたチャンスじゃないかなと思います。
I believe that was an opportunity created by the fact that you created an awesome game called Stardew Valley that was renowned all over the world.
My first question is you've both made farming games. So what is it about it? Why make a farming game? I guess Wada first, as you made it originally.
僕が作った時っていうのはすごくもう20年以上も前で一番最初の動機はファーミングゲームを作ろうっていうことではなくて他と違うゲームを作ろうっていうことだったんですね。
So when I first made the game, it was 20 years ago, and my original idea was not to create a farming game, but to create a game that's different from other games.
一番そのメインで大きくこう思ってたのは、戦わないゲーム。その当時のゲームは全部その競い合ったり戦ったりするゲームだったんですよ。
So the biggest idea I had was a game that didn't involve fighting. Most of the games back then were just fighting here.
を作ることになりました。
So I thought of ways to create a game. How could I create a game without a fun game without fighting? And the idea I thought up is nurturing stuff, cleaning stuff up, and that was the basis of coming up with the farming game idea.
ゲームプレイとしてすごくそのモデルになってるっていうか影響を受けたのはゼルダの伝説のファーストゼルダの伝説ディスクシステムのでろうそくで木を燃やして一個一個燃やしてその、洞窟というか穴を探すのがすごく楽しかったんでそれがすごくヒントになってます。
So the biggest inspiration for this game was the very first Zelda game, where players had to get a candle and burn down plants and look through caves using that light.
So I guess how did that influence you, and why did you decide that a farming game was the right way to go for you?
Well, I think Mr. Wada hit upon something really special with this idea. And when I played Harvest Moon as a kid, it just really gripped me in some way. It's hard to really know why, but I think what he was saying about how it was non-violent, it was something different, it really appealed to me in some way. And there's just something really satisfying about growing crops and just doing the little domestic activities that you do in these kind of games.
Story is a huge part of Stardew Valley, and also was a huge part of Harvest Moon, with getting married and things like that. How do you give players enough to do without overwhelming them in terms of, like, there are all these different storylines you can follow, there's all these different things?
Well, I think in both Stardew Valley and Harvest Moon, the storylines are kind of, you're the one who's instigating a lot of these things by befriending people or by going to certain events. So you feel not really like the game is forcing it onto you, but really that you're discovering it in a way at your own pace and at your own behest. Maybe behest isn't the right word, but your own instigation, I guess.
そうですね。エリックさんが言ってるのはすごく大事なことで、日本語では、自由度っていうんですけど、ゲームからやらされているんではなくて、自分が能動的にやっているってことをいかに感じられるかっていうのがハーベストムーンを作る時の目標でもあったんですよね。
So in Japanese they call it jiyudo, which roughly translates into how much freedom you have in the game. And when creating Harvest Moon, one of the biggest concept ideas was to give the players as much freedom as possible, instead of having the game force you to do something.
When you have that freedom, how do you, I guess especially on the romance aspects of these games, like how do you convince a player to fall in love with a pixel person, How do you make someone care about those relationships?
I mean, at least for Stardew Valley, what I tried to do was kind of just leave the option open to people, maybe present them with some dialogue that could get them interested if that's their sort of thing. And
What do I do with the rusty key? It's been added to my wallet? What do I do with the rusty key? How's it going? I literally just discovered sprinklers not long ago, so going kind of crazy. Alright. Unfortunately, I ran out of gold though, so I gotta go farm more gold. Now I'm gonna replace those sprinklers. Why are my chickens out of the coop? Who let them out? Alright. Let's see. Hold on, I gotta look at what level farms gold. So it wants me to do it 80 to 85. Hello, DCA. Thank you. You too. I keep hearing a whistling though. I don't know where it's coming from. I think I'm supposed to go explore it, but it's getting late. I'm about to pass out. Ooh, I'm rich. 56 G's. Oh, luck's not gonna be on my side today. Where the hell do I get a pufferfish from? Do I have one of those? I do not. I think it might be like a saltwater fish. Like, do I have enough gold bars now? Yeah, let's, how many do I need? You know what? So if I... Hold on. And using these other sprinklers kind of messed me up. I can knock this one out. Oh, you know what? I need some seeds. Maybe I should build another scarecrow. What was up with that fish? Seriously. Who's gonna catch that? Oh, this is a good fish. Hello, how are you doing? You enjoying a night of Stardew Valley? I just upgraded my house for the first time, but they said it won't be ready for 3 days. I'm actually gonna have a kitchen. I need to smelt some bars as well. Let me head back before it gets too late. Or I pass out. Oh, have you? Oh, so this is like nothing for you then. This is child's play compared to what you do. Alright, let's go to, you need to make some money back. Also brings some nice light. I gotta like arrange my stuff better. I'm just too busy doing stuff that I never get a chance to actually take a step back and make things look nice. Alright. I think we're good. Oh, we're coming back. So I got bad luck today. That's not good. So that's why I keep picking damn... Oh, I don't have any... Wow. I am so low on ores. It's not good. Did I just... Alright. No one like all ores. They put an egg right in the doorway. Who does that? Here you go, buddies. Oh, that's what that noise was. She was building my stuff. I was wondering where in the world was that coming from? I haven't romanced anyone. I haven't even done any of that stuff. Like, look at this stuff. Like, I've hardly done any of it. I should though. I'm just too busy like mining and fishing and farming. I haven't done really too much of the social stuff yet. I probably should. Is it very important? Well, I'll definitely have to... I'll definitely have to look into it. Because, yeah, it probably is pretty important. Alright, I need, how do you get iridium? Can you get iridium from these mines? I don't even know. You get some more gold. I would like to get perfection one of these days. Not probably gonna happen anytime soon. No, I have the mine cart. Oh, thank you. I think that's the only thing I completed so far. It's the mine cart. Which has been very useful, by the way. Like, I wish I would have done that earlier. Sure makes traveling around a lot nicer. Wow, no. Oh yeah, that's right. Today's a bad luck day. I really probably shouldn't even be looking at gold right now. Yeah, see? Look at this. I'm not gonna get any good nodes. Yeah, look at this. I wonder how much luck actually has an impact on things like this, you know? Oh, that thing almost beat my ass. Alright, I'll definitely have to check it out. I don't know why that thing was hitting me so hard. That was insane. This one's not bad. Of course, you're a crab. Dude, I can't move. Luck determines the amount of ores. Yeah. That's what I was thinking, because I'm not getting too many ores right now. Maybe it's not good to do this on like a bad luck day, you know? Oh, let me... Well, I got some, so... Well, let me see. How many did I get? I only got about 15. That's not a lot. Yeah. This was not a good day to do this. Why do I have a copper bar? Where'd that come from? Well, let me see something. So I still need a lot of combat left to do. As you can see, I've done a lot of fishing. I maxed out fishing, literally. But foraging, I need help on. Mining. Combat. Combat's one of my weak points. It takes a lot to skill up in this game, you know? Like, I feel like I've done a lot of combat. Even though it says I haven't. Alright, some gold ore, copper ore. Refine some of these as well. But I need iron ore as well. So I gotta go get me some of that. Hmm. You're right in the way of the chest. I can't believe it. Alright. What the hell am I gonna do with 5 health? Like, seriously. Hold on. I feel like all these crops, but it takes so long to harvest to get my gold back. I feel like fishing has always been good to me. Like anytime I needed a little bit of cash, fishing has always come through. but it's been like old reliable. It's not great money, but it's consistent. And I get food out of it. Of course, it gives me this. Look at this. Who's catching this? Whoops, I missed that. Let's pause this. Let's watch some Concerned Ape.
Just kind of have the, like Mr. Wada said, kind of keeping it as free as possible for the player, but
This game sucks is exactly what went through Eric Baroni's head just a few days before releasing his game Stardew Valley. Eric had spent the last 4.5 years working on it day and night entirely by himself, and he hated it. But it would near instantly become one of the most successful indie games of all time. So how did something its creator hated do so well? Let's find out. Now, making a game entirely by yourself is not easy. You need to know how to code, compose music, make art, and so much more. So, where did Eric learn all of these skills? Eric's first source of inspiration was his parents. He describes his mom as a very artistic person, while his dad is a more logical, technical person. Eric was very interested in computers as a little kid, and his dad encouraged him to follow that interest. They had a computer with the MS-DOS operating system, and Eric would begin to mess around with the basic programming language at a young age. His dad said that he'd give Eric $5 if he could code a program that generates the Fibonacci sequence, a task often given to most beginner programmers. He tried to fool him by just printing out the sequence using a string, which is essentially just writing the sequence manually rather than having the computer do the math. So needless to say, Eric did not end the day with $5 in his pocket. But he didn't give up and would continue to learn programming in his free time. When Eric entered high school, he got really into music, likely thanks to his mom's artistic side. He played guitar, made music on his computer, was in a metal band, and later formed an experimental electronic pop band called 17 Colorful Feathers. When they released an album online, Eric wanted to include a game with it and made this, the official 17 Colorful Feathers adventure game. If you get stuck, the game's instructions tell you to message them on MySpace, which, well, just make sure you don't get stuck. In an interview with Eric, he thinks that this game is pretty embarrassing now, but for a random game made by a teenager for his band, I think it's pretty cool. Eric would soon get a job at Auntie Anne's, the pretzel place, and would draw stuff whenever things were slow. Once he graduated from high school, he enrolled in a local community college and took his first actual programming class, which he really enjoyed. Because of this, he decided that he would go to school for computer science at the University of Washington, Tacoma. Eric was still working at Auntie Anne's, and based on this video he posted at the time, you could tell he was having a great time. I can't play the music for copyright reasons, but it's that celebrate song. I'm almost certain you've all heard it, so I won't sing anymore. But Eric would soon become very thankful that he still worked there, as he would soon meet Amber Hageman, a newly hired co-worker at Auntie Anne's. Amber was drawn to Eric's creativity, and they soon began dating. One of their common interests is that they both love the Harvest Moon video game franchise, all of which are life simulation games where you inherit a small farm, clean it up, watch it grow, make friends with the nearby town citizens, go fishing, participate in festivals, and really just live the lifestyle of a rural farm owner. Eric and Amber would spend date nights playing Harvest Moon Back to Nature, passing the controller back and forth. Around the time Eric graduated from college, things were getting pretty serious between the two, and they moved in together to Eric's parents' house until they could afford to move out. With his brand new computer science degree, Eric began applying for jobs, but he wasn't having much luck. During interviews, he was always awkward and nervous and just really didn't do well. Something I and many of you watching can probably relate to all too well. Most job positions Eric could apply for were now filling up, and he began thinking of ways he could improve his quickly shrinking odds. He decided that he wanted to try making a video game. He soon decided on making his own version of Harvest Moon. Eric, like many other fans, had searched for years for a game that captured the magic of the early Harvest Moon games, but nothing existed. For a while, he even roleplayed on Harvestcraft, a fan-made Harvest Moon-themed Minecraft server, until activity fizzled out. The Harvest Moon series had fallen out of favor by most fans with the last few releases, due to a copyright dispute that would double the video's length if I tried to explain it, as well as a steep decline in quality. Like, look at this. What even is this? Why does this character not match any of the other graphics in the game? And the water in this river is flowing sideways? Unironically, Farmville looks better than this. Eric told Amber that his game would take him about 6 months, so he'd have a cool project on his resume once the next round of hiring started up. As you now know, his estimate wasn't even close. Over the next few months, Eric would wake up, make a cup of coffee, head over to his computer, and spend the rest of the day and night working on his game, which he would call Sprout Valley. Although, not for long, as he'd rebrand it to Stardew Valley soon after. Now, all developers also need a cool alias to go by, like how Marcus Persson, the creator of Minecraft, goes by Notch. Fans of Stardew Valley may know that Eric decided on Concerned Ape, but it wasn't his first choice. Originally, he was gonna go by the name, and I'm not joking, 3 Piping Hot Mouse. And before you ask, no, he never explained why. Eric took a pretty unique approach when it came to developing Stardew Valley. Most indie developers these days start with an engine built for making games, like Unity, Game Maker, or Godot. But Eric truly wanted to build this game from the ground up. Using his knowledge of the Java programming language from college, he taught himself C#, which he would code the game's engine in with the help of Microsoft's XNA framework. XNA isn't a game engine, but more of a set of tools to help developers make Windows and Xbox games. It is much harder than using an actual engine. In order to create pixel art, he began reading about pixel art theory and watched dozens of hours of YouTube tutorials. He would then make every piece of art in the game by hand in a program called Paint.net, which I actually use for most, if not all, of the thumbnails on my RuneScape channel. There's my shameless self-promotion for this video. As you might have guessed, Eric also composed every piece of music in the game in a program called Reason. With every aspect of the game, as his skills improved, he would go back and redo things. The portraits of the game's townsfolk, for example, were redesigned at least 10 times during development. He'd lose entire days just fixing things he had made weeks ago. Eric would also jump around quite a bit when it came to coding the game. He'd build about 90% of a feature, get bored, and switch to something else. Some days he was extremely productive, while others he got nothing done. He'd sometimes waste days on 8-hour sessions of Civilization, old Final Fantasy games, or just browsing Reddit. When Amber got home, he'd switch programs to make it seem like he hadn't just spent all day slacking off. But when he got an idea in his head of a feature he wanted to add to the game, he'd work non-stop until he was happy with it. It wasn't the most efficient way to make a game by any means, but it worked for him. Now, Eric's schedule didn't change much, if at all, every day. Since he was living rent-free with his parents, he didn't have to worry about money, and by now had given up the job search entirely. The fear of not finding a job was no longer the reason motivating him to make this game. Instead, it was a different kind of fear. He said, "I was afraid of the grind. I was afraid of sitting in a cubicle and programming something I thought really boring and I wasn't passionate about. I wanted something different, and I wanted the freedom to do whatever I wanted." Eric wanted to make this work no matter the cost. But living as a couple at your parents' house isn't ideal, and Eric and Amber soon wanted to move out together. but you need money in order to do that, something that the couple didn't have. So Amber decided to get a job as a caretaker that she would do on weekdays after school, and also got a second job working as a barista on weekends. Meanwhile,
Holy crap,
Eric would
that's
continue
a-
just
that's
working
a
on the
hustle.
game in their apartment.
for
Now, to
her.
most people, this arrangement sounds
Are they
completely
still
unfair
together?
and maybe even unrealistic. But Amber didn't seem to mind. She said, when we were living at home, it wasn't as hard. And then when we moved out to Seattle, the reality of having to support him became more real. But it really wasn't a problem ever. He was working so much that it was impossible to be frustrated. Eric would also pitch in other ways, like picking up the groceries and driving Amber to college in his beat-up old Toyota Camry with a broken driver's side door. That may seem insignificant, but remember this car for later. In mid-2012, he felt as if he had done enough work to finally be able to show Stardew Valley to the public, and opened a website to document the game's progress. He shared it on a Harvest Moon fan forum, and many people there were instantly drawn to Eric's game. As I mentioned earlier, most of them had fallen out of love with the new Harvest Moon releases, and Stardew Valley looked really promising. As Eric continued working, Stardew Valley would become all-consuming. 8-hour days of work turned to 10, and then 12. With an audience watching now, Eric didn't want to disappoint. Eric's family and girlfriend would begin asking him when the game would be done. He'd say in 2 months. 2 months would pass, they'd ask again, and his answer would be the same. Eric said, I had to prove that I wasn't just crazy, that this wasn't just a pipe dream, and that I was actually gonna follow through on it. That was really getting to me, psychologically, thinking about whether I was wasting my life, wasting my time. So part of my strategy was to convince the people around me that they should believe in me, but that was difficult. I was definitely embarrassed. Eric's duties as a partner took the back seat, and Amber began to feel quite lonely. She was fully supporting someone who she barely interacted with every day. She said that he would be working all day till 11:30 p.m., and I would be like, hey, you have to get off the computer. You have to do something with me. We have to eat dinner. We have to watch an episode of Star Trek. I needed more interaction with him. Although she was frustrated and missed spending time with him, she still believed in Eric's vision. In September of 2012, Eric thought that the game was nearly done. He felt that if he needed to, he could wrap it up in about 6 months. So he submitted Stardew Valley to Steam Greenlight, a program where indie developers could submit their games to Steam. Steam users could then browse submissions, vote on the ones they liked, and those with the most positive votes would be listed on the Steam store. Soon after posting it to Greenlight, Eric received an interesting email from someone named Finn Bryce. Finn is a British game developer who runs a company called Chucklefish. Finn made Eric an offer. For 10% of the game's profits, Chucklefish would be Stardew Valley's publisher. Their lawyers and PR staff would help Eric navigate the boring and complicated parts of making a game. Programmers would help him set up a better website, and later on, port the game to other consoles. This way, he could focus all his energy on actually making the game itself. Chucklefish was also developing a game called Starbound, which at the time had a huge amount of hype. Eric thought that this could be his big break, and for such a small cut, he agreed. On May 17th, 2013, Stardew Valley was officially greenlit by the community. The game would be coming to Steam. However, Eric's estimation of the game being ready in 6 months was once again wrong. He still had a lot more to do before he was satisfied. Even worse, money was becoming tight. By now, most of their savings were gone, and Amber was still in college, so she could only work part-time. Eric thought about putting the game on Steam Early Access, meaning players could buy and play the game before it was finished, but for a perfectionist like Eric, that just wasn't an option. So he got a part-time job as an usher at a nearby theater for a few hours a week. Making a game by yourself in your apartment for years is a really isolating experience. So Eric enjoyed being around and interacting with people again, even if he did feel a little embarrassed. He said, there were points when I was depressed and just thinking, what am I doing? I have a degree in computer science and I'm working a minimum wage job as an usher at the theater. People would ask me, do you do anything else? And I said, I'm making a video game. I just felt embarrassed about it. They must have thought, oh, this guy is a loser. Around this time, he would get really anxious. More and more people were getting excited about Stardew Valley, but Eric thought to himself, I realized that it was crap, and I needed to do something better. Like, this wasn't going to be a big hit or anything. He went back to the vicious cycle of redoing old content, cutting features, and trying to improve the game the best he could, but he still wasn't happy with it. At the start of 2014, he realized something. Since starting work on Stardew Valley, he had never allowed himself to take a break. So he decided that for the next month, he would ignore Stardew Valley entirely and make a little Android game. On March 6, 2014, he released Air Pair, an endless runner type game focused on a hoverboarding pair. The game didn't do well. In fact, it's no longer on the Google Play Store, and the experience made Eric realize that he doesn't want to make mobile games. But it was a nice change of pace for a while. He got back to work on Stardew Valley, and by 2015, once again felt like the game was nearly done. But anxieties and dread began to creep back in. Eric had become sick of working on the game. It had basically consumed his entire life for the last 4 years. And he still had nothing to show for it. Even worse, he still thought the game was terrible. Imagine playing the same game every day for 4.5 years, all day. I was just absolutely sick of it. I was bored. I didn't even have an objective sense on if the game was good or not. In fact, I thought it was bad. Now, on the bright side, money problems were now easing up, as Amber had since graduated from college and began work as a full-time lab technician. They also moved into a house with 2 friends to get some more space and help ease Eric's loneliness. By late 2015, the game was truly nearly done, except for one feature: multiplayer. Eric had promised fans that multiplayer would be available by the time the game released, but it was taking much longer to code than he hoped. It was boring, monotonous work, and Eric hated it, so he decided to break his promise. It was time to give the people what they really wanted. On January 29th, 2016, Eric made an announcement. Stardew Valley would be out next month on February 26th, and would only cost $15. He was actually in the home stretch now. He spent the next month completely enveloped in his work, day and night, fixing bugs, adding new content, and just rushing to get things done. Chucklefish was able to help him through this last leg too. They sent early game codes to journalists and Twitch streamers, who would not only drum up hype for the game, but discover more bugs for Eric to patch. A process that he was previously doing all by himself. Despite only 3 streamers being given codes, the game quickly became one of the top games on Twitch and would frequently appear on the home page. But with all this work, he didn't sleep for days. Then, the evening before the game's launch, disaster struck. He had encountered a game-breaking bug. Eric doesn't remember what it was anymore, but it was bad enough to send him into a panic. He spent all night fixing it and fell asleep at his homemade standing desk early in the morning. Soon after he woke up from his nap, it was time to release the game. Eric, Amber, and their roommates gathered around the computer and waited for Eric to publish the game. He still had that thought in the back of his head that the game was crap, but luckily, he was wrong. The sales rolled in at an insane pace. It was an instant success. Eric was hoping to sell maybe 10 or 20,000 copies at the most, but by the end of the first 2 weeks, he had sold 500,000, and dozens of perfect and near perfect reviews from major publications were pouring in. Despite all his doubts and anxieties telling him otherwise, Eric had created one of the best games of all time. But Eric still wasn't done. As sales continued to rise, he would spend the next few weeks fixing every bug that popped up. If a bug was so bad that it broke a player's save file, he would personally fix it for them. Seeing players have issue with the game really affected him, and he felt like he owed them solutions as soon as possible. He was now working about 15 hours a day, much more than before the game launched, but really it was all worth it. By April, sales hit 1 million, but then Eric broke. About halfway through 2016, Eric just couldn't do it anymore. After nearly 5 years of non-stop work, he needed a big break. He had started on the multiplayer mode, but it was beyond monotonous, so for the first time ever, he got help. Chucklefish offered to task one of its programmers with making the multiplayer mode, and Eric accepted. After a long break full of alcohol, a plant that you can't grow in Stardew Valley, and ashwagandha, he got back to work creating new content and expansions for the game. Fast forwarding a bit, Stardew Valley, he had started on the multiplayer mode, but it was beyond monotonous, so for the first time ever, he got help. Chucklefish offered to task one of its programmers with making the multiplayer mode, and Eric accepted. After a long break full of alcohol, a plant that you can't grow in Stardew Valley, and ashwagandha, he got back to work creating new content and expansions for the game. Fast forwarding a bit, Stardew Valley has since sold over 30 million copies, and has been ported to any gaming platform you can think of. Eric is now a millionaire multiple times over, but hasn't let the money change him. 6 months after the game's launch, with $12 million in his bank account, he still chose to live in that house with Amber and his 2 friends rather than buying his own. And he drove his beat-up old Toyota Camry with a broken door until it finally gave out. He kept it as long as he could, but the final straw was water leaking into the cabin, causing fungus to grow all over the steering wheel, which honestly just sounds like a scenario straight out of the world of Stardew Valley. Speaking of which, he hasn't forgotten about his game. Stardew Valley is still receiving massive amounts of new free content every year, and Eric makes frequent appearances on the game's subreddit. He since parted ways with Chucklefish as well due to a number of controversies coming out of the studio, but has thankfully hired his own team to help him expand and maintain Stardew Valley. Eric also got to meet the creator of Harvest Moon, Yasuhiro Wada. Wada played Stardew Valley for the first time, gave it a ton of praise, and even signed Eric's old SNES copy of the original Harvest Moon. Eric has since started work on another game called Haunted Chocolatier, although he's keeping the details about the game mostly under wraps, but he's making it the same way he made Stardew Valley, alone. But just because he's doing it alone doesn't mean he's lonely, as Amber is still with him by his side to this day. Eric's story is an inspiration to everyone out there that with enough persistence, you can truly accomplish whatever you want in life, but also a warning that if you let it, it can be all-consuming to the detriment of yourself.
And also, what I want to say, here's my gripe now.
Okay.
Okay, and I have to stand because I'm so angry about it.
Okay.
Okay.
Should I stand too?
No, you stand. You said please. I don't have to stand. It makes it weird. But I might get a little angry, all right?
Okay.
Why would you drop the update for the PC and then I have to wait 9 months? Don't get angry. Am I hurting your feelings?
No, go on.
Yeah, 9 months to get the update for my f***ing Switch and my f***ing console.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I checked every day. I f***ing Reddited it every day. When, why is it? And I know you do it yourself. And I know you're stressed out because you have other games you're doing, but maybe have other people help you.
No, I do have other help now. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Takes a village. Takes a village.
Since 1.3, there's been other people.
Oh, they have?
Yeah.
Thank God.
And the ports have always been done by another company.
Oh.
So I'm not doing the ports
That's
myself.
what it is. So I should be angry at the port people.
Well, you know, you got to be angry at me. The buck stops with me. That's
No,
how
it
I
doesn't. It's the
operate.
port people because I love you, dude.
Okay.
I'm always gonna love you, dude. You're my guy, dude. Okay.
I do take blame. I do take responsibility for the delays, and I'm ashamed about it. And I think it was really unfortunate.
Was that stressful for you? Because you probably
Absolutely.
Oh my God, I can't imagine.
It was like, yeah, 9 months of hell. You know. Like, I'm
sorry.
not
I'm
happy
sorry.
about it at all.
I'm
Like,
sorry.
It made me very depressed.
Yeah. But you know what I would do? I'd go to YouTube and watch PC Player and just watch. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
I want to make sure that never happens again. So if there is another
We live and we learn. Yeah, we live and we learn. Are there other updates?
Well, I won't
just
confirm that there is, but there might, you know, I would say, I've said in the past, I'm never closing the book on Stardew Valley. There may always be future updates. I'll tell you this.
Okay.
If there was going to be another update, I wouldn't announce it this time until it's completely finished. And I mean, like, I want it to be done on all the platforms.
Wow, that's a better way to do it.
Yeah, because there was so much dissatisfaction this time around. And I was like, it was just really not fun.
I'm
It was
sorry.
stressful for me. It was stressful for my team. It was stressful for everyone. So,
I'm sorry. I was probably one of the people that were like griping about it, and I apologize, dude. That's fucked up. You know what I mean? Yeah, but my question would be, and I've always thought this: why don't you stop doing updates and just come up with Stardew Valley 2?
well, I mean, that is an interesting question. I guess it's just that it's so much easier to just add more stuff to Stardew Valley than to like make a whole new game from scratch.
Really?
Yeah, because Stardew Valley, it's all the systems, the major systems are already all done. That's the stuff that's like not fun to do. When I make an update, it's like, just throw in this, throw in that. Let's add Green Rain. Let's add, just like these random ideas I have, whimsical ideas. Like when I'm
That's what it was, the Green Rain. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because I'll like play Stardew Valley myself.
Yeah.
And when I'm playing, I'm like, oh, wouldn't it be cool if there was this or that? And then I can just do it, and that's a new update.
Oh, okay.
It's just like it's really just fun and like creative and spontaneous to do it that way than to like make a whole new game.
How much money you can make on a second game? Though.
Yeah, well.
I mean, people are buying the base game.
I might eventually make a Stardew Valley 2, to be honest.
Wow. And what do you charge for the updates?
Nothing.
Why not?
Because
you're a good guy.
It's for the fans.
It's just like, I just don't care. I just don't care about money that much, to be honest. Like, all right. I'm not trying to virtue signal, but I just like, I
don't know what that means, but okay.
I honestly don't care about money that much. Like, it's never been like the driving, motivating factor.
Me too.
What I care about is people loving the game. See, I like your excitement for the game and like these just silly little things.
Game's all right.
And the fact that you love it.
Yeah.
All right.
It's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
But well, I see. So, but you won't count out the idea of a 2.
No.
Okay, good.
No.
Okay, good.
But I don't want to just be the Stardew Valley guy. That's why I'm making Haunted Chocolatier.
That's my next line of question, guy.
All right.
All right. I saw the first post on Haunted Chocolatier, 3 years ago? Could that be right? 2 years ago?
Something like that.
Yeah.
I've lost count.
And then when I saw it, I literally, and this is not a sexual thing, but I got naked and I ran around the house.
Oh, it's a sexual thing.
No, it wasn't. I wasn't erect or anything. I just ran around. Oh, yeah. You know what I mean? I went to it's figure eights naked. You know what I mean?
Okay.
My dogs went crazy. They went crazy. Okay. So what I'm saying is that and so now and then I keep Googling like when is it? You know what I mean? So I know you're not going to reveal when it's going to come out,
right?
Because I know it's a lot of work. But it seems like you have a lot of it done. I mean, I see some of the fighting mechanics and the chocolate stuff, you know what I mean? And the villagers, I think you have some characters in there. So will it be coming out in the next 5 years?
I hope so. I mean, that's the goal.
I could be dead by now then. I'm 53 years old.
You'll be alive.
I know, but so this is Haunted Chocolatier here. Yeah, and I mean, it seems like it's done.
I know it looks that way.
Yeah, but it's not.
That's like the the Hollywood magic. You make it look like it's
right. And so you're still working on it hard.
Yeah.
And
there's a lot that still needs to be done.
And you're probably comparing the pressure. I can only imagine the pressure that you feel because of the success of Stardew.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's what it is, I think.
It's got to be better,
But even if it's on the same level, I think it's going to be fine, no? Oh, here's another thing about can you pause for a second on that? I've never, am I doing a disservice by not ever using the slingshot?
Nah. I mean, actually, like real pros do use the slingshot with explosive ammo, but I don't know if it's fun. That's the thing. So
it's not. Yeah, I mean, the only time I've ever used it is to get that one.
Check that out. Jaime's a Pinata. We're all on there. Swing. Guys,
time. Buy our new Tiger.
Your first one?
Yeah.
With Bobby Lee is your first one?
Oh my God, dude.
Well, I've done like Zoom stuff, I guess.
It's Zoom. But I'm a dude, you have to understand. Well, are we on?
We're on.
Turn everything on, right?
On.
You have to understand. You have to understand. You have to understand, you're like Denzel to me, Washington. Anyway, that was bad, but I'm a huge fan, and let's begin. So, do I need to introduce everyone in the room or no?
Introduce the room.
Yes, so.
May we?
Sure, yes.
Yeah. Have you met Mexicans before?
Yeah, once or twice.
Only twice.
Twice? Yeah. Me 2 or 3 times too. This is one. We got this one out of Texas. Yeah, and he's a hard worker.
I am.
Yeah. And then we have a Filipino. Have you met a Filipino before?
I have, yeah.
Yeah. This one we call Juliana. Yeah, and she's in college, and she lives in this house currently, and she's like my niece, Eric. Okay. My name is Bobby Lee. I'm a comedian of sorts. I've done a variety of different work on television and film, but mostly online lately. You know, I have a podcast. I'm so nervous. This is how. Have you ever seen me this nervous?
He's actually very nervous.
Yeah, I'm very nervous, dude. Okay.
Eric, you pull the mic a little closer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like this.
Can you talk to him in a different way?
Eric, can you put the mic
Yeah. Do it in a like.
Is this good?
Yeah, that was great.
Ooh.
See what he just did, dude? That's confirmed date, bro.
Is this good?
Yeah. So you have to understand, Eric. I've had many people on this pod. Okay. To say, Judd Apatow, George Lopez, David Spade, Jordan Peele. We've had many people on this pod, right? We've had some very glorious women as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Whitney Cummings. Who else?
Lisa
Gilroy, et cetera, et cetera. But you're the one that I'm actually the most starstruck on.
Well, I'm honored.
But is that? Do you feel weird?
No.
Okay, good.
I've heard that you're a big Stardew Valley fan.
Oh, not just big, dude. I'm like, it's my life. It's like all the rules of life I've learned from Stardew.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's like, you can't get red cabbage the first year, so you can only get it in the second year, right? But you can get it through the merchant, and sometimes there's drops at the Skull Cavern that you can get it.
Right.
This is how deep I am. Okay?
Good.
I tried to do the community center the first year. I'm one of those.
So have you done it?
Yes.
Okay.
Every time.
Have you reached perfection?
Yes, I have. I've been to the summit.
Okay.
Of course I have.
So you've done everything.
No,
you
not
still play it?
I still play it. Yeah. Because you discover more things. But so let's start.
Yeah,
Okay, let's start from the beginning. Okay.
All right.
Wait, I'm so sorry.
Can I give you?
Yeah. I love gifts.
Okay, so I don't know if you already have this.
I don't have anything.
Okay, it's the Stardew Valley cookbook. I also wrote a little message to you.
Oh my God. He actually is gonna. That's
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
It's his cry face. That's his real cry face. It's his cry and his.
Had to make some soup.
Can you read it to the audience?
Yeah, oh, Bobby, I'm really happy you love Stardew Valley. Thank you for having me on your show, Eric. Oh my God.
We'll put it on.
Yeah. We're gonna put this goes in my bedroom, dude.
Okay.
When I'm this is gonna be staring. All right. I'm not gonna be thinking about you.
Whatever you want.
Yeah. I'm thinking about Penny or Haley.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
Okay, now this is a kind of a secret gift. I don't know. We could open it now.
Can I open it?
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Eric. Okay. So this is a magical.
It's a little bit wacky.
It's wacky. Now this bag. Can I have the bag? Or do you want the bag?
I'd prefer to have the bag.
Okay. All right.
He's like, relax.
Oh,
dude.
relax, Bobby. All right. So here we go. Oh my God. What? Hold on. Oh my God.
Do you like Sam?
I love Sam a lot, but why is he naked?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
This piece was entrusted to me by a fan who loves Sam. I think they were from Korea.
Yeah.
But
I can have this?
Yeah.
Are you being real?
I'm real, yeah.
Can you sign at the end? Can you sign
Yes,
the
I
buttocks?
can, yeah,
Okay,
I'd be
thank you
happy
so
to.
much. Oh my God.
But
Now
I've spent several good years with him, and I'd like to entrust him to you so he can see more of the world. And
I'm gonna worship it. Okay. I'm gonna worship. Now, Sam, if you don't know in the game, right?
What game?
Stardew. Okay, let's start from
Let's
that.
get-
Oh, yeah,
some-
right.
some
Thank you so
fans
much.
don't know
Thank
about
you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Calm down, Bobby.
Calm down.
Calm the fuck down.
down.
Calm down. Be cool, dude. You're a fucking headliner, dude.
Yeah, take it easy.
You're a TV star.
Yeah, I'm a TV star. I've done shit, dude. All right, here we go. Okay. Hello. Welcome to the podcast. I'm Bobby, and wow, we have an extraordinary person, a very good person here. I got it, dude. All right. And so many years ago, my brother's at the time, somebody he was seeing goes, "Have you played Stardew Valley?" Because she knows that I like simulation games. Okay. So I go, "Oh, I'm interested in that." I played it, and I think I played it for 100 hours. The first month. I mean, it was like nonstop because you would uncover and discover things. It's not here. Guys, listen. Stardew Valley isn't just a simulation game. It's much more, and that's why it's unique, okay? It's an RPG. I think it's an RPG, okay? So, and it was so, when I played it, I go, it would make me like put goosebumps on my body because I could go, oh, wow, that was so like, he thought of that. You know what I mean? It's a game that's completely thought through. So Eric Baroni made the game by himself, right?
That's right, yeah.
Wait, what year?
I started working on it in 2012, and
Wow.
it came out in 2016.
Wow. And so you were working at other, developing companies or what?
No.
Okay, what were you doing?
I was working part-time as a theater usher.
So the theater that I played?
Yeah, the Paramount.
The Paramount.
Yeah.
You worked there, right?
Yeah.
So when I was backstage, they go, Eric Baroni used to work here. And I went ape shit. I went ape goo crazy. Like, where's the CD set in? Where did he roam? I'm not kidding you, dude. I was like, what the fuck, right? So you worked there?
Yeah.
At the Paramount?
Yeah.
Beautiful theater, by the way. What a great acoustic. Anyway, and so then you met your girlfriend, and let me guess, it was, I think I have it. Was it a pretzel place?
Yeah, that's right.
Or Auntie On's?
Yeah.
Dude, bro. Look at me, dude.
So
What's your order?
What? Auntie On's? On behalf of him?
Yeah.
Pepperoni and jalapeno on the fucking thing.
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. With a fucking cheesy sauce, dog.
That's a special one.
Yeah. With jalapenos cheesy sauce, right?
Yeah.
You have that, right?
Yeah, spicy cheese. Like,
Dude, it's spicy cheese.
Spicy cheese. All right, so you worked there.
Right.
And then you developed the game. It took you 4 years.
Yes.
Right? And you just locked yourself in a room.
Basically, yeah. I mean, I was working probably on average like 12 hours a day. It was just working on Stardew Valley, 7 days a week, and then sometimes going and working at the Paramount Theater. But it was a ton of work. Yeah, I was totally locked in.
I can only imagine. And also, you did the music.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
All the music in it, and they're good songs, dude. Like if Radiohead wrote it, I'd be like, that's a good Radiohead song, dude. You know what I mean? Not really, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Though.
Maybe you can pitch a song for the next one.
Maybe because do you have all the music written for Haunted?
not all of it.
Okay.
But some of it.
I have some gripes, but I'm going to say that I'm going to tell you later about them.
Sure.
It's not really your fault, but there's some. I've had some anger moments, right?
Okay,
But let's start from the beginning first, okay?
Sounds good.
I've had some rage moments, dude. There were some times I wanted to tweet, but I didn't. Okay, so here's the deal. Okay, 4 years, and then what happened there? After you knew you were done.
Well, kind of. I mean, I just decided I had to be done. I needed to release something.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why I've like been working on updates ever since. It's because I never was like, you know, I'm totally finished. There's always more I could add. So, I mean, when the 4 years were done, it was basically just like, okay, I've been working on this for 4 years. What am I doing with my life? Like, I don't know what's going to happen. And people were like getting worried about me because, you know, I was like 4 years behind everyone else who graduated at that same time. And you know, I had nothing to show for it. But I was like, I need to release something.
Yeah.
And I felt like the game was at a point where it was okay. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to pull the trigger and release it.
Let me guess. So the game originally, because there's been so many great updates. So the original game was the farm, obviously, the community center, all that was stuff. Jojo Market, you know, there was no island then, but the desert was there.
Yeah.
Desert was there. The casino was there.
Yep.
Yeah. And then what else? And then, you know, Willie, the beach, all that. Yeah. So all the standard game was there.
Pretty much, yeah. There wasn't a night market.
Oh yeah, no night market.
No night market.
No night market. That's right. Let me guess what else wasn't there? The extra pavements of, you know, like cutting corners, like, you know how Robin, and you can open up other ways to get through places, like from Leah's cottage to the beach. You can get
community upgrades.
Am I a nerd?
I don't know what's
Yeah. I'm crazy, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
we have this is why I want to talk to somebody that knows what the fuck I'm talking about, because it's all I talk about.
He talks about this after every podcast.
Yeah.
I'll just like,
yeah. Arsenal FC, and then this is what I'm into. Okay, so so that was a new thing, and then I have another question for you.
Okay.
Are these characters in it people in your life?
There's one character that is basically based on one of my friends. But most of them are not directly someone in my life. They're just kind of like archetypes of people, I guess.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. So you know a Penny, similar to Penny, but like,
I've known pennies.
Yeah. Yeah, I've met pennies too, dude. You're right. There's some pennies out there.
Right.
And then Haley. Yeah.
I went to high school with some Haley.
Really? Yeah. Now, out of all the people you can marry, who do you think the top women is?
In terms of like
what people
or people generally?
In general, you think?
In general, I think it's actually either Leah or Abigail.
Oh, Abigail. We love Abigail.
Yeah.
Well, you know Abigail?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you describe for the audience?
Well, Jules, why don't you describe Abigail for us?
She's like the opposite of the same. She's like the girl version of Johnny, the emo girl.
Yeah.
The emo boy?
The emo boy, Sebastian.
Yeah, emo boy.
Sebastian.
Oh, it's Sebastian.
Yeah.
Johnny?
Sorry.
You're embarrassing me, dude. Oh, Johnny Depp. Maybe it's Johnny Depp is what you're thinking.
Johnny Depp.
Yeah, that's a connection.
Well, if there's
right.
ever a movie, I feel like
that's
Johnny
right.
Depp would be pretty good. Yeah.
We can talk about that later. But so you think Abigail and Leah? Do you know why Leah? Though?
It's just based off of like, you know, what I've seen from the community and like polls and stuff.
Yeah. I know why Leah, because she has her own pad.
Okay.
Don't you think?
Probably. I mean, yeah, she might be like, you might bump into her more too. That's the thing.
Right. In the forest. She's always everywhere.
She's hanging out by the river.
Yeah. She's paint somewhere, like she's in the beach, you know what I mean? Painting.
Yeah.
That statue's beautiful, by the way. That she gives you, the friendship statue.
Oh, yeah.
I really like it. What's so funny?
This is amazing.
It is amazing. Yeah. That statue is great. And when she comes to your house and gives it to you, it gives me goosebumps every time. Thank you so much for that.
Of course.
I really appreciate that.
So who do you usually go for?
Penny.
Okay.
Yeah, because she's poor.
That's the leading.
No, I just feel like, here's the thing. I feel like, you know, I can more impress Penny with my legit farm. Like, she needs to get out of the house, I think.
You want to?
She wants to move.
Pam.
Yeah, I'm saving her. Her mom's a little alky like.
Yeah.
Drinks a lot, I think. You know what I mean? Hard worker, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bus driver, one of the best bus drivers in Stardew.
Oh,
I think.
she's great.
Yeah, she's great. Yeah.
No, I mean, I love Pam.
Yeah,
I
and
think
then
she's a
Haley. I don't know why. I like
Yeah.
photographers, I think.
Okay.
And she also seems hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the one girl I haven't married is Haley's sister.
I see. How
it's
come?
too hippie-like for me.
You should give
with
her
the
a chance.
parrot.
You should give her a chance.
No. I'll tell you why I won't. Because she's into things I don't like crystals and rocks. Right?
Okay.
Who's
like
the sister?
Haley. So Haley.
Emily.
Also, Emily is Haley's sister. Also, do they have the same parents? I don't think they do, dude.
Well, it's unclear.
It's unclear.
It's a little weird.
Yeah. But so Emily, she's also really into fashion, like clothing, right? She has that little fashion show at the
yeah.
Let me guess his name. What's the fucking mayor's name? What the fuck, dude?
This is really come on.
Yeah, this is great. No, give me the first initial of the mayor.
L. Mayor L.
Yeah, Mayor. Oh my God, I can't believe I don't know the mayor.
He's right here, dude.
Yeah, I forgot. Sorry.
Mayor Lewis.
Mary Lewis. Of course, Mayor Lewis. I love Mayor Lewis. Good guy. You know what I mean? You got to put the beets in his fridge for one of Q's little fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tunnel, you know what I mean? When you put the battery in the tunnel thing, right?
Yeah.
Am I not right?
You're
I
right.
can't even tell you what you put
You
it
put
to
10
get that,
beets, yeah.
to unlock that. You got to put the 10 beets in the fucking Lewis's fucking fridge, right? You got to put one of those fucking blue things, shell things. What's it called? The blue shells that only come out in the winter on the beach.
The rainbow shell.
Rainbow shell, right? You got to put that in the where the train station thing is, in that little thing in the right, and then you got to put a fucking with the solar essence in the mouth of the fucking skeleton dragon. Is it?
You got it.
Exactly right. Those are the three things you have to do, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I could win any fucking Stardew fucking trivia thing, dude. Do you believe I'm a fan now, bro? You're a believer, right? I'm a believer, dude. Right too. Okay. So what's up?
You're explaining the game to the creator.
Because I want to prove to him that I'm in.
I think he believes
believe
you.
it.
Oh, do you believe now?
I do.
All right, but I'm all the things that I know. But anyway, you know what I mean. You don't even know that much, right?
No, I just started last year.
Oh yeah,
so
you
like,
just started last year.
Yeah.
But you know what? Some people they don't. You guys, some people don't play it the right way.
You are like
Wrong way?
obsessed,
No, I play it the right way.
but also obsessed.
Eric, is there a right way to play it?
Is there a right
No,
way?
I don't think so. I'm sorry,
Ooh,
Bobby.
debate.
Eric, I'm sorry.
game.
There is a right way to play
But
it.
let's hear how Jules plays it and see if it offends the creator.
Okay, can I ask? No, I have another. I have a different fucking analogy for you.
I just
okay?
have a quick question.
No, I know you do. Hold on, stop for a second. Jaime, shut the fuck up. Ask the question. Ask the question.
Like a breakdown. How come these are people are non-marriage candidates?
Because
They're old.
I can explain. I can explain it to you if
Yeah,
you may.
please.
Can I?
Go ahead, please. I want to hear your explanation.
All right, because I think.
What's wrong with Clint? He's a good-looking guy.
Well, Clint is sort of an incel.
Oh, okay.
Come on, let's be honest. Let's get real with this shit right now.
Yeah.
Let's get real. Shit.
A little bit.
If Clint was in the Stardew, he would be like doing some crazy shit out there, like you know what I mean. I'm not gonna say like he'd be in a forest in a cabin, right? Yeah, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Making things, other things. But my point is that I don't trust him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have a redemption arc, but
Dude, that maybe you can do that for an update.
I would like to. I mean, okay, you want to know the real answer?
Yeah.
The real answer is because I didn't have enough time to make everyone a marriage candidate. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, I've said I would like you to be able to like marry Robin or Demetrius and break up their marriage and cause chaos in the town.
Right.
But have all the consequences of that.
Right.
Like not make it like, oh, it's fun and happy. Like everyone's mad at you.
Yeah.
Everyone hates you. But it's like, I would love to be able to do all kinds of stuff.
Right.
in the game,
But you
it's-
can't because
it's so much work.
But it's not the tone of the game.
Well, it kind of is. There's a little bit of stuff where it's like getting a little bit too real,
Well, there is some weird real shit in it.
Yeah.
But like things like the animal's not dying, you purposely did that.
Well, that's true.
Yeah,
you
right.
can't harm animals, but you can totally cause chaos to all the people in town.
Okay. And then also you can have children in the game, right? I have another question about that.
Okay.
When you get rid of them, as you do, right? You can here's what there's a witch, right? Up north. Okay, there's a witch up north. And inside her, like, she's never there, by the way. I don't know where she is when you're there, but she's never there. And that one dude that greets you in the beginning, that little fucking munchkin green thing.
The henchman.
Where you have to get the void mayonnaise, and then he scurries away. I don't know why he loves that stuff so much. But you really need him to get the make strange buns, right?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And also another thing is that something periwinkle.
Right.
To make
Yeah.
void maggot mayonnaise?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's actually in the cookbook. You can.
Yeah,
make
it's in
that.
the cookbook. It's in this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Strange
so you
fun.
need periwinkle too, and you can only get that. You know what I mean? Obviously in the like small ponds and stuff, and whatnot. Yeah. Through making the what are those brown little circle things? Where you
Fish
catch
ponds?
crabs? No, where you catch
Oh,
crabs.
the crab pots.
The crab pots.
Yeah.
You can get periwinkles through that. Through your if you're on a farm, if anyone wants to play, is what I'm trying to say. So what was I saying again? Oh yeah, it's non-marriage candidates.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. Also, there's a couple of old people that live there. They're married. You know, there's a lot of married people there. You know what I mean? And you're not gonna marry a homeless guy, are you, or no?
No, Linus. No.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't see some of them. It doesn't make sense. Linus doesn't want to be locked down.
Oh, that's right.
He's a Rolling Stone, you know.
Oh,
He's a-
right.
And that was the thing where people originally were getting on my case. They wanted you to be able to have Linus move onto your farm and live with you on your farm.
Yeah.
That was a big request because he's living in a tent and people felt bad for him.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. So I actually added in a cutscene where Linus is like, you can ask him to move onto the farm or not. But if you do, he's like, no, I will not do it.
Yeah. Oh, but you could have a ghost living with you.
Yeah, well, that's
Krobus.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Krobus isn't a ghost.
What is he?
I don't know. He's a shadow person.
Oh, he's not a ghost. That's a new discovery for me. I always thought he was a ghost.
He's
Wow.
solid.
Oh, he's solid. He's not.
solid.
Okay,
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
sorry.
no,
I
that's-
learned.
that's
I
a
learned something
interesting
new.
theory.
Yeah. And I don't know why. Krobus and the dwarf have beef.
Well, their people have been fighting for thousands of years. Yeah.
For thousands of years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So where does Krobus come from? His people.
Well, they all live underground.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, but Krobus is kind of an outcast. It's not clear why exactly, but
He's like Jar Jar Binks.
kind of.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I like
yeah.
that. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. So and then how many? Oh, there are several dwarfs in it.
There's another dwarf in the volcano.
That's right.
And it's kind of inferred that there are probably other dwarves as well.
Right.
They're very reclusive.
They are reclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you how deep have you gone into survey? Have you deciphered the secret messages on the walls in the Skull Cave or behind the forge in the volcano caldera?
Interesting.
I didn't even. I feel like a shameful person right now. I did not decipher.
Well, I think a lot of people
I
haven't.
did not decipher. Yeah, I didn't even know. I've seen them, but I thought they were just gibberish.
You can decipher them.
You can.
Yeah.
What do they? You want to? You don't want to reveal that?
I can reveal it. It's fine.
Hey,
if you want me-
reveal one thing.
Okay. Well, in the volcano caldera.
Which one's that? What's caldera?
That's where the
at?
forge is at the top of the volcano. You know where there's lava.
Oh yeah, where the monkeys are.
Yeah, the monkeys.
Yeah,
are, and you can forge your
yeah.
rings and all that.
Yeah, the forge. Yeah.
So there's like this plaque behind the forge that you.
I've seen it.
Yeah, and you can decipher it, and it says something like, we came from the stars or something. It basically implies that the dwarves are from outer space, and they crash landed. Their ship crash landed on the planet a long time ago, and then they started living underground.
Ooh, about that. Ooh, about that. The space capsule
Yeah.
that breaks open. I've never seen the alien.
Oh.
They say that you can. Have you guys seen the?
No, I've never seen the alien, but I have the capsule.
Yeah, the
and it's
capsule.
broken.
It breaks
Yeah,
open,
yeah.
right? And so late at night, I heard you can go to the bus stop and
Yeah.
see him there. I've never seen him there.
There's
Where
a
is
few
he?
places.
Where is he?
I mean, usually he kind of, if you got to look in the places that aren't where you walk, and you'll see like there'll be like two trees, and he'll walk in between them really quick.
Oh, I thought he was just gonna be standing there like this.
No.
Oh, okay.
It's like you'll see something out of the corner of your eye.
Right. What does he look like?
He's just like a little guy. He's like,
Oh, he's a little guy.
yeah, he's like kind of a little guy, and he's
Is he
totally
a
black.
dwarf or no?
No.
Okay.
Can you be friends with him?
No.
No. That's an interesting thing. That there's another interesting thing is that there's not much with the witch. She'll just fly by. What is her problem, by the way? I want to. Here's the problem I have with the witch. Okay, it's like I don't want void eggs. You know what I mean? I don't want my slimes to turn black.
Right.
She does those two things,
She
right?
does, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Why does she do that? Eric Baroni?
Filled with envy.
Oh, she
she's,
is.
She's spiteful.
Right.
Because, it's kind of implied that the wizard did something to upset her.
Well, they used to
Something
up,
like
right?
that,
They
yeah.
used to be together.
And then the
That
wizard
was his wife.
did something, yeah?
Yeah.
And then she turned green with envy.
Oh, she wasn't green at
She
first.
wasn't green, no.
Oh my God,
It's like Wicked.
It's like, oh my, it's wicked again.
I haven't seen Wicked, so
Yeah, either have I. That's why I'm just
they
agreeing with
stole it
Gilbert.
from me. I think they stole it from me because I've never.
Wow, there's a history of that sort.
But yeah,
An affair, you think?
something maybe like that. That's I can't say one way or the other, but it's implied. But and then now she's just cursing the countryside because she's mad.
Wow, she needs therapy.
Something, yeah.
Yeah. So then also, can we talk about Harvey for a second?
Okay.
He's a doctor.
Yeah.
Why does he like coffee so much?
Well, I think he's thinking that there's antioxidants in it, and studies have shown if you drink coffee, your life is longer.
This is what I'm talking about. This guy, dude. He's a fucking genius, dude.
Yeah,
This guy's a fucking genius. Now, I want you to play a little game with me.
Okay.
Right? Name me a character, and I want to see if I can find a liked thing they like.
Willie.
Because Willie, he likes sea urchin, super sea urchin, the purple one.
Yes.
Yeah.
Super cute.
Yeah, purple. He likes diamonds.
Okay. Well, pretty much everyone likes diamonds.
I know, but does he not?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, don't be a fool.
Well, yeah. Okay.
I gave you. Doesn't he like super sea urchins?
Yeah. Yeah. Super cucumbers.
Super
yeah.
cucumber. Yeah, that's what it is. The purple one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that's good.
Okay, give me another one. This is fun for me.
Let's do Marnie.
Marnie's the fat lady that lives. She likes pink cake.
Does she? Man, I don't even know.
Yeah, Marnie. I think
I know
Marnie,
Haley likes pink cake.
No, Marnie likes pink cake too. Like a lot of people like pink
Well, why don't
cake.
you click on Marnie?
Yeah. Click on Marnie. And then whatever
Oh,
like.
there you go.
Yeah, pink cake.
See, you know more than I do. I'm not good at. I don't remember the.
You don't remember
the likes.
Okay, all right. Go two more. Do two more. This is fun.
I have a question after that.
Okay, you have a question, but do two more.
I have another question after that.
This one's easy. George.
Oh, George is so easy. He likes leeks.
Yep, there you go.
He likes leeks, and that's all I'll give him. But you know what I do?
Yeah.
This is what I love about your game. Okay, I do the thing where, like, when you forage, all the things that you forage is iridium level. I give him iridium leeks.
Oh, that's nice.
Right? And
Yeah.
he likes you more with that.
Yeah.
In fact, if you give the characters in an iridium level anything that they like, right? They're gonna go up more points in terms of like.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
You developed it.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me one more, and then we'll move on.
Okay. One more. Let's do Kent. That's a tough one.
That's not.
Okay.
Kent?
Oh,
Yeah.
Roasted hazelnuts?
Yeah, you got it.
Right, I have another one too.
Okay.
I have another one. He likes roasted and he has like, not an artichoke dip. Not an artichoke. It wasn't artichoke dip. I forgot what it was, but yeah, roasted hazelnuts.
Yeah, fiddlehead risotto.
good.
Yeah, that was a fiddlehead risotto. That's what it was. Yeah. So what's your question?
So just for the audience that might be so confused about everything happening.
If you're not playing this game, you're a loser. Fuck off.
For all the losers, I just wanna ask-
You're a loser. Don't have nothing to do with
I want
nothing.
to ask Eric a question. Very successful game, probably the biggest game right now ever in history. What was the inspiration? Like, what got the creative mind going? For
I can
all
answer
this?
that.
I'd love to hear Eric's answer.
Okay.
Okay. Well, it's from playing Harvest Moon when I was a kid.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was my favorite game.
Duh.
That inspired me.
Yeah.
Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's what. So you put out the game.
Yeah.
The success must have been shocking.
Definitely. Yeah.
I mean, it's like winning like the lottery. I mean,
Basically, yeah.
yeah. I mean, that's what it is.
I mean, I went from a total nobody, just coding in my bedroom, never thinking I would make it in any way, and then suddenly the game blows up. It's selling millions of copies.
Wow. Didn't
So
Elon put him in the Teslas?
Yeah, it's in the Tesla.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah. It's incredible. So then what was that year like?
It was crazy, but I mean, the thing is, I had to immediately start like fixing bugs, and like the game was so popular, I was like, I need to make a content update right away. You know, so I just went into high gear and did what I needed to do. I didn't like sit back and be like, oh, I made it. Wow, this is so cool. You know, like I didn't have time to do that.
But I mean, the one thing that must have been great is the money coming in, right?
Yeah, it was great.
It gives you security.
I mean, it still is great.
Yeah,
The game's still selling a lot. Yeah.
It's incredible. And so then that year you were doing that. What was the main bug you think that people were? Well, one of them.
Man, that was a long time ago.
Okay.
But I don't remember.
Okay.
But there were some bad ones. Probably.
You know what
like-
one of my favorite events in the game is?
What?
It's a little deep cut, but it's Willie's crab situation.
Oh yeah, I love that one too.
But do you know why?
Why?
You know why? Why do I like it?
Yeah, what does Bobby like?
Why would I like that? You think?
Is it the way that Willie refers to the crabs?
No, dude.
Is it the sale that happens afterwards?
Yes.
Okay.
What happens afterwards, and I'm going to say something right now. What's going on here, EJ? What?
Your emo robot keeps making a lot of noise.
Okay, sorry. I bought an emo robot. Sorry.
Have you heard of that?
Yeah.
No, I don't know what that is.
I wanted a pet because I'm lonely. So I want someone to talk to at night. So I'll tell you, the greatest, I think, meal that you can have in Stardew is the crab cakes. Right?
True.
Being this, you get to stay fast all day long unless you go to the Skull Caverns. For some reason, the time's different there.
Right.
So it does run out a little quicker.
Yeah.
Right or no?
No, yeah, it's true.
Why?
Well,
Am I a nerd?
Wait, no. The time actually goes slower in the Skull Cavern.
Oh, it does?
In single player. In
It's-
multiplayer, it doesn't.
Oh, in multiple. Okay.
Yeah.
So the crab cake stays the same the whole time. I think the reason why I think that is because I think I'm always there so late.
Well, you might feel like it's running out quicker because the time goes slower, and I think that doesn't affect it might not affect the crab timer.
Oh, I see. I
You
see.
know
I see what I'm saying. Yeah. I see
so
what
it's
you're
just-
saying. Yeah,
It's like an illusion, but
it's
it
an
is.
illusion. Yeah. But the crab cake is the number one, I think, meal that you can get. And at the crab pots, what I do is I do that little what do you call it when you can choose your in the disciplines like foraging, you can perks.
Right.
So one of the perks of the crab pots is I know so much, huh?
Yeah.
One of the two, that's either one or two perks at the last level of is the fishing level is you can either grab crabs and other things that don't have junk in it.
Right.
Because sometimes when you do a crab cut, there's some junk in it, like a stick or trash.
Right.
Right. And then that's the one I do where it's just all crabs and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then there's another one where you don't have to put bait in it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Dude.
I know. If only you could get both, right?
I know. But you know what you did, though?
What?
What did you do? You know what you
I love it. Oh,
What I do?
You know what you did, guy? You know what I mean? I don't like switching out rings, I'll be honest. You know what I mean? And you can go to the forge and you can merge rings.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to tell you right now what my favorite rings are, bud.
Okay.
What do you think people's favorite rings are?
Napalm ring.
Great one.
Burglar's ring. Lucky ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, here's my favorite.
Okay.
Burglar. I know how to get them too. Kill 500 sprites.
There you go.
Right.
What? They're little black balls that jump up and down, and they're in the fucking frozen areas of the mine, right? Kill 500 of them, and you can check your progress if you go to the fucking Fighters Guild, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then and then Slime Charmer.
It's a lot.
Slime Charmer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that one's good. I usually rock that one too.
Yeah, Slime Charmer is great, but you can merge those two, and then another one I like is the Java ring. It's harder to find.
Yeah.
Right. And then some sort of luck ring is fun too. Yeah. Napalm I sometimes use too as well.
The lucky ring is the meta, because when you're doing Skull Cavern runs, it just makes everything better. It makes the ladders appear more.
Yeah. And then and also who's Mr. Kiwi? How do you say it? It's QI.
Well, okay. This is an exclusive.
Oh.
Your podcast here, 'cause I've never revealed it before.
Yeah. I gotta put some music. Oh, fuck it. Let's go.
No, play song. Let's lead up.
Yeah.
Build it up.
Okay, that's good. Go ahead.
Okay, I say Mr. Quee. Everyone's gonna hate that.
It's Quee.
That's how I say it.
And it's not Q.
No.
Okay, it's Quee.
But a lot of people say chi or key or whatever.
It's Quee, guys. Everyone...
Honestly, I don't care if people say it another way. It doesn't matter.
Why is he so... No, there's no color. He's like he's dying. He's got like a purple...
Well, okay, he tells you. He says that, he was born an ordinary boy, but at some point he decided he wanted to become extraordinary.
Yeah.
So like I think that that's the point when he turned blue.
I think you know what it is? He's drinking too much of that snake milk.
Well, that could be too.
Yeah.
But maybe that's
You don't think I
made
know
him
about the
special.
snake milk? I know about the snake milk. You got to go to 100 level at the Skull Cavern, guy. Right? Yeah,
No,
that's what he looks.
he's one of my favorite characters.
He's great, dude.
Yeah, I like him.
And I love his little golden chestnut room.
Right. His walnut room. His secret walnut room.
I'm sorry, walnut.
Yeah.
I fucked up. I feel ashamed. I'm blushing. You can't see me blush, but I am
That's
blushing.
okay.
Okay. His room. I love those little games, but there's one bullshit game I hate.
What's that? Oh, let me guess. Junimo Kart.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever?
Is
met
it going through the
anybody?
skull
Wait,
cave with?
stop.
Oh, sorry. Is it going through the skull cave without eating?
No, I love that.
Okay, what were you gonna say?
Have you ever met someone like this, like fan out?
Not with someone with so much energy.
Really?
Well, about Stardew. No, I mean, there's definitely people who are like, I love Stardew, but maybe they're not like
quiz me,
hyper mega.
quiz me right now.
Yeah.
Am I acting weird?
No.
No. Am I not playing it cool?
I don't know if you're playing cool.
Am I not playing it cool? I'm not. If I'm not playing cool, I'll be cool.
Be cool.
All right. I'll be cool.
Tell me what your least favorite Quee quest is.
The Quee fruit bullshit.
Oh,
It's bullshit. Because then you have to get rid of all your crops on your fucking island farm, right? Then you got to go to your fucking greenhouse. It's a whole thing.
That's why the trick is to do it in winter when there's nothing growing on your farm anyway.
There it is.
Because they grow in winter.
Oh.
Concerned ape, everyone.
Oh fuck! I'm gonna do that now. I'm gonna do it. I did not know that hack.
Time to start a new save file, right?
Wow.
Have you played on all the different farms?
Well, I tried the beach one, but you can't. There's certain areas you can't. Oh no, you know what? Sprinklers you can't use.
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
It's fucking highway robbery, guy. I'm not gonna do that.
Well, that's kind of like a challenge farm, a little bit, you might say. And I kind of like it because it reminds me of the original Harvest Moon, where you had to water everything.
Right.
You know.
But if you elevate your, what do you call it? The sprinkle, not the sprinkle, but
upgrade your can.
Your can, right?
All right, y'all
It
have a good
sprays
one.
lot.
Thank you for watching the broadcast.